Let me show this page. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? We about to get started. You already know what time it is. Yes. We are in the building. Working. Let's do it. Because it's definitely a Mind Shift Monday. All right, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Ha. What's going on, y'all? Today, you already know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? Damn. I'm about to find out. Everything falling over. The world is crumbling. Earth is receiving laser beams from the universe. The star ate a planet. These are things that, make sure my hair straight. These are things that I've just read up on during the week, so don't mind me. It's just my inquisitiveness. All right. So. First, let's find out how y'all want my hair. How y'all want my hair to be? Anyway, shout out to all the graduates. All the graduates. All of the graduates. Shout out to y'all. All right. And I need y'all to go ahead and give me one more second because I got one more thing that I need to make sure it's set up. Don't mind this. Look, let me tell you something. This is just how things happen when you're being authentic and original. We are live streaming. I'm not trying to hide the setup, okay? But yeah, just bear with me, y'all, because it's something I want to set up that I didn't do before we get into it, because we about to get into it. When I tell y'all, we're not going to be here for a long time, but we're going to be here for a good time, all right? And we definitely about to get into it, like big facts. So just bear with me. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is definitely Mind Shift Monday. Okay? This is definitely Mind Shift Monday. All right? It's definitely Mind Shift Monday. Whoa. All right. And I think we're going to bring this. Don't mind me, y'all. Don't mind me, okay? Don't mind me. When have you seen a broadcast this authentic? All right? You haven't. When have you seen a broadcast this authentic? You haven't. All right? Just so y'all know, I'm looking at two cameras. I got a whole crew in here. All right? So, good thanks. All right. Welcome. Welcome to Mind Shift Monday. All right? Let's go ahead and get back up here. Welcome to Mind Shift Mondays, where we step out of our routine and mundane way of thinking, and we powerfully shift into a higher perspective. We exercise everything else. We be out here running, staying hydrated, playing little games for our memory. We go out here and do them crunches, Pilates. All right. We exercise everything else. So why not exercise the way that we think and see things, okay? All right, so these videos, of course, if you are new here, these videos are streaming from a heart-based frequency. So let's connect and dive in. All right. All right, let's get into it. So, man, there's been a lot of powerful energy around, a lot of things just developing in the world. Today's show is about what are we creating, consciously, unconsciously, what are we creating? All right. And let me remove a few things here that I see going on. All right, y'all. Yeah, that's fresh. All right. So what are we creating consciously and unconsciously? And then just in the world, as things are developing, as we're birthing a whole new us, the frequency, the vibration of ourselves in general, how is this really going to manifest in our world? Like, what's really going on? So I wanted to dive into what are we creating? And of course, if you're not familiar, then, well, first of all, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified for any videos that drop on this channel. All right. And just make sure you stay tuned. All right. But as you should know, everything for me deals with effective self-leadership. So I'm always going to bring us into that phase of effective self-leadership while also making sure we dive into topics that are actually current for what's going on in the world, right? So we got what are we creating today? We got student-teacher conflict because I'm tired of seeing all these videos with these students and these teachers fighting, all right? So we're going to dive into that and just, see what the end can actually be for that, or just, hey, are we just looking at something play out that's always been happening? And I'm going to get more into that soon too. Also, the good, bad, and the ugly with AI, all right? Because there are a few things. I know a lot of people want to know more about AI, and I've already been like diving into it in certain phases and ways. But I'm still gonna just give a little small insight, and then hopefully over time I'll be able to go ahead and really dive into a few things to give more information. But of course, there's YouTube. There is so much information available to us right now. So it's just imperative that we what? Let me go ahead and bring this. My favorite thing to say is, if it's on here. Okay, it may not be on here right now, but do your own research, y'all. Just do your own research, okay? Do your own research. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so what are we creating? Okay. Now today, and just in general, like right now, okay, in the world, right? And you definitely gonna have to go back and listen to a few videos, to really get the full spiel on, what I'm speaking about, because I've been speaking about this, most of what I'm saying over and over again, but just in different ways. Sorry, y'all. I found out something wasn't recording. Blooper. All right, y'all. So yeah, so look, so I found out that basically, there are so many things that are going on right now that we are in a time where we are taking our time to organize ourselves and what we are receiving and creating during this time. All right. So we are also being energized for personal growth and development. Okay. So we still releasing, we still purifying ourselves, we still really getting things in order in tip-top shape. Okay. We don't went through portals, we don't went through eclipse, we don't went through all type of things, right? And so we're really gearing up for this personal spiritual development and growth. Okay, that's really what's going on. Like, stop playing with yourself. Go ahead and level up, right? You know, and of course, get out your own way. Let go of things that you've embraced that have no business being in your life. Okay, so whatever you have to do to make that happen, we got to make that move. All right. We can do this through intelligence, creativity, and receptiveness. We should have a natural curiosity at this time, all right? And desire to explore new ideas and experiences, okay? Things that you've always wanted to explore and do. We should be doing that, all right? So we should also be ready to express ourselves effectively while also increasing our communication skills. Okay, because if you got a dream, if you got something that you need to get across, and I'm kind of having deja vu because I feel like I've said this before and I think I have, but if there is something that you need to get across, that you need to express to people, that it's just like people who have to pitch or who have a product or a company and they need VCs or venture capitalists or investors, right? The communication skills have to increase, right? In order for us to be able to express what it is that we need, right? So whether you're talking directly to, people that, whether you work with them, whether you talking directly to people who, are just in your family and friends, and you just letting them know, hey, this is what I'm not doing, this is what I'm doing, or if you just need to effectively increase your communication skills because you just really need to, right? And I think we all can do that, right? We all can get better at communicating because effective communication is always key in how teams work and how dreams work and how things come about, okay? If you're not effectively communicating, then you're probably telling a lie to yourself and to someone else, or you're missing some details, or you're shortchanging yourself in some type of way. All right. So, and again, this all ties into the new ESL, which is what I call effective self-leadership. And you can always go to www.leadingwhilelearning.com, which is the platform that I've created. So that way I create and co-create with other people to create programs and protocols that help people pretty much just get the experience they need from people who have already had these experiences, and just create that type of leverage and bridging the gap. And it's so many other things, but it's definitely the platform that your information should be on. All right. So right now we can start by focusing. Okay. Right now, we definitely need to be focusing on our natural strengths and abilities. Make it easy for yourself, right? Using our intelligence and creativity to explore new opportunity for growth. All right. Growth and development. And don't be afraid to take risks and try new things. All right. Our communication skills are also essential for effective self-leadership. Making sure that we are communicating clearly and effectively with ourselves as well as with others. Right? You don't want to tell yourself something and then it don't happen. Like, that hurts. To tell yourself to say that you're going to do something or to speak on something and then it's a no, only because of you. Right? So yeah, so take the time to reflect on. So we're going to take the time right now to still reflect on our thoughts and our feelings and express them in a way that is honest and authentic. All right. So another important aspect of self-leadership is self-awareness. Okay. During this time of what are we creating in the world, we have to be aware of ourselves and what we're doing consciously and unconsciously. What are we creating? Whether we're dreaming about it, whether we're walking down the street thinking about it, whether we are summoning it just by looking at images and pictures, right? I always say that being a manifestation is a side effect of being human. It is not something that you have to try to do. You may want to control it in a way, so that way you're not necessarily doing it unconsciously, right? And you're actually co-creating with the Most High, with the universe, with, you know, the people that are around you, that have your good, that have your interest at heart, that have your good interest at heart, right? So dealing with that type of creation, or just what we're doing as far as having a vision and seeing things, right? What are we creating, right? How are we doing this? We're doing it in every moment. It's just right now it's coming into fruition at the speed of light, to where we're seeing things in real time for what needs to change, right? What's breaking down for a breakthrough. All right. So, of course, self-awareness is needed, and we should have a natural receptiveness that can help us tune into our emotions and intuition. And we should take the time to listen to our inner voice and pay attention to our instincts. This will help us make better decisions and stay true to ourselves. All right. So to narrow it down, right? Just to narrow it on down, right? All of this represents a combination of us using our intelligence, creativity, receptiveness, and communication skills. This is teamwork for the dream work, right? Even if you're just working with yourself, or if you're working amongst a community of people, right? You know, there has to be these key elements to where you can be receptive, creative, intelligent, and communicate skillfully to get the point across or to get things done. How can someone know what they need to do if you're not telling them, right? And they on your team. And then what, you just gonna come up behind them and be like, I see that you didn't do this, and I walked past you 3 hours ago. And I've been walking past this spot for the past hour, and you still haven't got it done. Well, why didn't you send help or tell them this? Why didn't you make them aware, right? This is what it's about right now. Like, we have no time to be playing games or to be looking at people and then coming back and trying to hold them responsible for something that you're also responsible for as well, right? If you saw it not being done and you didn't mention it, then there's a problem, right? On both sides, right? So now that person is no longer responsible by themselves. You have become accountable as well. All right. So by embracing these qualities and focusing on effective self-leadership, you can cultivate personal growth and cultivate personal growth and achieve our goals with authenticity and purpose. Okay. All right. So we also are in a very pivotal time right now where we are focusing on organizing and purifying different aspects of our life. So whatever it is that you got to get rid of, let's get it done. Let's do it. Like, and I'm only speaking these things because I am experiencing these things in real time. Okay. There's never going to be a moment where I'm speaking on something that I'm not aware of. All right. So we can do this by decluttering our physical environment. Get rid of that shit. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Get rid of whatever it is that you need to get rid of. Make room, even within yourself. Start decluttering. Get rid of thoughts. Write it out. Burn it up. Okay. Streamlining our schedule. AI. That's what we're gonna be talking about soon. But just in general, streamlining your schedule so that you can just be organized in your mind and in your world to get things done and do what you need to do. Purifying our mindset. That's why we're here. Mind Shift Monday. Every time we go from a Monday to another Monday, there should be powerful shifts that occur that have us directly in total alignment with our purpose and what we should be doing here on this here earth at this time. Okay. All right. So also improving our communication skills. And we can also create a more organized and harmonious life that supports our personal growth and development. Okay. So also it's a very big time for, if you have a vision, especially like today, the energy was given, like if you do have a vision, go ahead and do what needs to be done to bring it about. The independence of how you can move about to make that happen, right? And the wisdom, okay? So by cultivating our vision, embracing independence, okay, you no longer need to have a middleman with another middleman and another middleman for you to do what you need to do. Like you have direct connection with the source, like whether it's the internet, whether it is the Most High or God, your divinity, and also seeking wisdom, right? Making sure we're surrounded around the right people that can give us the information that we need to move forward, or just being wise within ourselves because we've learned lessons already and we don't have to repeat them, okay? All right, and taking action toward our goals. I think that's the most important part, right? Even on a day where you don't feel like it, at least do one thing, okay? Today I woke up, I didn't feel like it, but I had the energy to do something, right? I had the energy to do something, but I just, I wasn't feeling like it. But I overrode that. I still took my time because you want to honor yourself. But at the same time, something has to change. So you have to put in the action to reach your goals. All right. And that's why we're here at Mind Shift Monday. All right. All right. Now let's get into this student teacher conflict. Okay. Because this don't make no, you know what I'm trying to say. Fighting in schools, right? Teachers confiscating students' phones. Okay. Like that's just, it's just gotten to a point where it's like, is this even real? You know what I mean? And so I'm just going to pose a few things here, right? Like, is there a resolution for confiscating students' phones? Like, I remember being in school and the teacher, like, you couldn't have your phone, but phones wasn't really big. Like, it might have been a beeper or something like that. Well, we did have phones, but it wasn't really like a big thing. I think we were like focused on our work. We were focused on what we needed to do. Right. But in this generation, technology runs everything. So having their phone on them is literally like having your driver's license. And honestly, a lot of people may feel like having their phone is more important than having their ID, heck, even their passport. Oh, let's make it something else. It's like having a third arm, right? It's like almost another organ on your body. Having your phone is like having another organ on your body. People holding tight to it, can't breathe without it, can't see without it, can't hear without it, can't do anything without it, right? And I mean, what do you expect if children have been raised this way, and it's become a habit, which is also addicting, right? Then it is, what it is. Like, and also in the household, the lack of respect, but then also, where is the line crossed for a teacher to just say, hey, this, I'm gonna just go ahead to a higher authority. I'm going to the office. Class, I'll be right back. And you go ahead and get somebody else to handle this instead of it being you, right? Also, before I get into that, we really want to know, should teachers confiscate students' phones? And I think that's still the same answer that I just gave. Like, there should be a protocol where it's like the teacher just goes, it don't have to be a phone, because obviously these students and teachers are fighting over everything. But it's been twice that we've seen it about phones. One where the teacher damn near didn't have no drawers on. Right? I was surprised. I had to look at the video 3 times to make sure I wasn't seeing what I saw. I wanted to pose a question like, do teachers always come to school with no drawers on and short dress? Like, that's crazy, right? And then the other one was another teacher, and he got pepper sprayed for trying to take a phone. No teacher should be trying to take a phone that bad. It's not that serious, right? Me, I would have stepped out. Hey guys, I'll be right back. I see you don't want to go by the rules. And I would have just walked off and went and got somebody that could handle it and had them removed out the class. All right, class, let's keep moving forward. Okay. I know some teachers may be like, well, it's not that easy or something like that. I'm not sure. But, I'm just, hey, this is just an insightful conversation. And y'all can jump in whenever you feel like it. All right. So, with that being said, also, is this another thing where we're going to be waiting for the government to step in and say, hey, students are no longer allowed to have phones in the classroom, or teachers are no longer able to do ... Like, when does it become a thing where we just become more aware within the system ourselves, and we just like, hey, how do we get from point A to point B without all these other things, right? And not only that, but not only that, and even though we're seeing student-teacher conflicts like in the regular world, we're also seeing this play out in different dynamics in like the spiritual context, as far as like with spiritual teachers, or these different programs and all these different things. Like, it's just like energetically, it's just a lot of dynamics that are playing, right? A lot of people are realizing that they're pedestaling. This is what they call, they're pedestaling people. And you're thinking that this person knows more than you. And in retrospect, honestly, they just gone with the flow. They just took action with the information that they had. Or they had people around them that was like, hey, you should go ahead and do this. Right? And because they know how to take action, they took advantage of the information that they needed to put out. Is that a good or bad thing? No. But there is no way that you should ever think that someone is the person that's going to save you with the information that they're providing. You should be resourced enough within yourself to be able to at least have the discernment to understand or receive the information how you need to, right? But we all make mistakes, right? So it's just a thing that's happening in the world where it's like, even with cult leaders, all those type of things, eventually it just dies down. And the few that stick around, they stick around. And the few that don't, they go off, they find somebody else, or they create their own thing, right? So it's all, unfortunately or fortunately, it's all a balancing act, right? All right. So, but again, even in the school system, like, I think that's the biggest thing that I really wanted to touch on, was that, it's just kind of crazy to see these images and videos so often, right? And to be desensitized to them to the point where it's just like a natural thing. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the good, bad, and ugly with AI. All right, so this is going to be real brief. The good in AI, I would honestly say it will definitely expedite your task, your writing, scheduling, search for information. Heck, it may even inspire you to create, because you may have been stuck in a rut and not able to come up with anything, and you go to ChatGPT or AutoGPT or any GPT AI and type in original suggestions for what it is you are doing, and next thing you know, you are fired up and ready to produce something, because it pretty much gave you like everything you needed to create. Like it's leverage, honestly. Right. It's basically stepping in to help us offload some of our tasks and responsibilities that may take up too much of our time. Because our mind, our brain can only do so much when it comes down to like physical technology. The brain is already a processor, right? The brain is already a processor. Chat GPT or AI is coming from the mind. Someone created it, right? So it's already something that we already embody, right? But now we're seeing it outside of ourselves in the form of like, expedition to where it's like, well, if the human was actually, not so bogged down with all these different things, this is pretty much what we are looking like in our evolution. AI, right? But because we're in this world, then it's always got to be a technological advance or something that reflects the human evolution versus the human actually evolving. That's kind of weird, right? All right, so yeah, so that's how I see AI right now. Um, the bad about AI, well, this is more so like in reference to anything. There is always a good, bad, and ugly. Okay. But with AI, it is a speed of progress. Like for most people, they don't like how fast it's occurring. They don't like that there aren't any boundaries to the depths of where it can expand to, because anybody can pretty much use the code from OpenAI and create their own AI. Like anyone, literally, for anything. There are so many AI utilizations right now. It's crazy, right? But it's a good thing as well, for what I was saying earlier, offloading some of our tasks and responsibilities that usually take up too much of our time. But I think the biggest thing is AI art and these videos and commercials and music and how it can be duplicated and mirrored, what some people may call deep fake. Okay. So it's like images can be circling around and you literally think it's real and it's an AI image, right? And just to give you some brief info, an AI image will usually have like some blurry faces. The faces, like just look at the faces, they always usually look like really crazy. Now, of course, if you're looking at some art, then it may be a nice, developed, smooth face because of the fact that it's art and that's, it's been refined, right? But being, scrolling and being on Twitter or just finding information where like they're making mock songs with the voices of celebrities, doing these mashups and things like that, that's when it becomes iffy, right? Because now you're stepping into a bound where it's literally going to change the game on every aspect in every industry, right? So these are just things that we have to look out for. It can be also used for deeper coding levels for a variety of things, but this is true for the internet. We had the dark web that was supposedly busted, but there's always a dark something to anything that we create. If it's coming from the human mind, right, and it's coming from the depths of the shadows of a place, then I'm sure there are going to be some things that we're not going to agree with, right? It's going to be a light side and a dark side, right? As it always is. And I think that's my ugly too, But it's a lot more things. Again, it's a great utilization. Again, if you need to speed up the progress of creating something, it's AI is a great utilization. If you need to Again, schedule some things, create some things, write out something. You just don't have the capacity in your mind, but you need to get it done. Go ahead into Chat GPT and just type something in, blah, 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 for a suggestion. Oh, it don't blah, blah, blah. But you can prompt it and say, hey, can you give me a suggestion for this? Or, ask it a question, right? And you're going to get the information that you need, right? And it's so many different platforms that are actually providing different ways to use AI as well, based on what they provide, okay, to make it easier. So this is just something to take into consideration. All right. I didn't really have much more for today. I'm just thankful that it's Mind Shift Monday and we made it, okay? Because we could have been anywhere else in the world, but we made it here, okay? So, as always, I'm very grateful that you have made it this far, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday, and definitely any videos that's dropping soon. You can follow Mindshift Monday, Mindshift_Monday on Instagram, and me as well. I am A_Jones_adjust. Other than that, I look forward to where we're heading in the world. And let's create something great. All right. Peace.